Back for another episode 79. Uh, we were gonna do Valentine's Day last week, but it was the fellas got wives, bro. You know what I'm saying, and I don't, and I started trying to reach out to see if I could get another co-host to have a good conversation too late, and I was just like, you know what, F it. You know what I'm saying, we'll hold it off to the next week. You know what I'm saying, everybody enjoy their
Everybody was
Valentine's.
booed up. Everybody was
Yeah.
booed up, bro.
Yeah, everybody enjoyed their Valentines, and I'm sure everybody did. So, hopefully, you enjoyed yours. We're back this week. We're doing top 5 dirty cop movies. Uh, in my opinion, we should all have the same number 1 and number 2. If we don't, then it's just because you don't know what you're doing.
Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
But
Danny gonna have a cartoon in there.
Probably that would not surprise me at all, to be honest with you.
See that face? What's the movie with the bunny and the fox?
Zootopia.
Yeah, he gonna have Zootopia in there.
Yeah,
he's absolutely.
If Zootopia counts, yeah, that's probably gonna be on there.
Absolutely, Danny is gonna have.
It's definitely about police corruption. Y'all better get it together, bro. That Zootopia.
I know Danny by now. Danny feels that he got to put one cartoon in whatever movie topic we do. Like one cartoon.
Just because he has kids, he's got to put it in there.
Just because
I watch a lot of PG-13 movies in my house, and there's some good ones. There's just some really good ones.
We are well aware.
Aware.
So before we get to the list, y'all know Ant-Man dropped this week. For those of y'all that are comic book fans, movie fans, so I guess we'll jump into that first, like what our thoughts were on Ant-Man. I don't know if y'all want to give it a grade. I already did, but I can kind of explain it once we get to that part. But I'll let y'all cook first.
Spoilers or no spoilers? How we doing this?
We can do spoilers, man. It's Tuesday.
Y'all know me. I'm all about the spoilers. So
it's only been a week, bro. I don't think we should spoil anything yet.
It's up to you. I don't matter. It don't matter to me.
I don't think the 4 people that jump on our show early, I won't spoil it. I'll just say Kang was the highlight of the movie for me, but it was a heck of a highlight for me. This version of Kang is the Kang that I hope comes back. I can't even say anything. This version of Kang,
damn, Danny.
I mess up. This version of Kang.
Dang, Monty came out swinging today. Dang.
I could see comic book movie fans. Everyone knows Morgan don't read. Dang, Morgan, you was right, bro.
Monty came out.
What I tell you,
swinging, dude.
It's no point in you. You don't have to believe me, bro. You don't have to believe me.
You was right, bro. Right off the bat.
You don't have to believe me.
I told Morgan.
And he didn't say nothing today, yo.
The worst part is not true, bro. If you expect me to all of a sudden, in seconds, weeks, months, get on you guys' levels of reading comics, then you're smoking crack. I mean, that's and not even a good
way to read comics, though. You did.
Nobody expect. I don't think nobody expects that. But again, this is why I think it would be a good.
I'm just messing with you. Morgan. I'm just messing with you.
I'm not mad. I think it would be a good idea what we talked about. Me and Morgan had an idea for Morgan to literally, like do a series reviewing all of the Kickstarter books that he's back.
That's a great idea, though.
That's a great idea. Then we got proof that he's been reading these books. Then we also get support for the comic.
Why you gotta have proof though? Why you ain't have to throw that part in though? You could have just said support and you could have just said support.
Yeah, I mean that's what I meant. We can show support for these creators in the comic books, and we can start conversations around them.
All right.
And if Morgan says that they're good,
all right, we don't need no guns on this show.
I'm saying, yeah, please. I ain't got
no weaponry needs to be displayed.
Whitney is happily sleeping.
Don't bring out Whitney.
Whitney is happily sleeping.
Let Whitney sleep. Let Whitney sleep.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, I was telling Tiana this the other day. If we can bring a new audience to comic books, right? Morgan did not grow up reading comic books. I didn't grow up reading comic books, but that's
obviously not okay.
Not because I didn't want to read them, because I didn't have access to them. Morgan is not even the type of person who would have read comics growing up. So if we can bring Morgan to read comics, then we can bring anybody to read comics, really. So this could be a really dope marketing thing to get to a new section of people who never read comics before, who never even thought about reading comics before. And it's not to joke on my man Morgan. He's a storyteller, and it's dope. I quit.
Yo, everybody's coming. What is up today? What is up?
Yes,
what is up today?
Good. What a way to come out swinging. I like it.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm
scared, yo. I'm scared. What y'all day, man?
Just called me yesterday just to roast me, like with the intent of getting ammunition to roast me with today on the show. Like that's how savage Just is.
They done came from Morgan. They done came from
second of all
Danny.
He did give me the motivation. Right. He did give me the motivation to actually get up and go watch the movie, because I was supposed to go see it Friday and Saturday. I was supposed to go see it Sunday, but we went roller skating, and I just happened to have Monday off, so I was gonna go see it then. But I was thinking about not going to see it. But he called me and he was like, "Yo, you slipping? If you don't go see it, you slipping. You can't call yourself a comic book fan no more." So I got up, me and Tiana went and saw it, and I enjoyed it. For me, it was
it had some like demon looking dudes in there. Were you okay? Were you okay with that, Danny?
Imani, I'll respond to that in a minute.
There were no people that looked like demons. They look like demons though. I don't know if it would clash with
you don't listen. You have a hard time listening, because I never said anything about anything that looked like demons. I said
that's a lie. That's a lie.
I never said it's
Morgan is right there. Morgan can hear you, right?
I can't hear you.
Morgan can hear you.
Have I ever said I won't watch something if it looks like a demon?
No.
That's not true. You did.
Everything for him is based on feelings. If he gets a feeling when he watches it.
Whatever. That's right.
I'm not going down that road again.
If I'm watching something and it feels a certain way to me, I don't want to watch it no more. Like, I don't enjoy that, so I don't watch it. See, that's why Javon is always in arguments, because he has trouble listening.
I'm not always in arguments. I listen. Y'all act like we ain't recording these joints, man. Like, I'm just saying.
Hey, I've been going back through the episodes. I can pull up the receipts.
I got a good one.
I can pull up the receipts.
Like I got a good one.
A good what? He talking about his list. You see
what it do, Kenji?
He always be waiting to the end of the
Nah, bro. I had a
beginning of the damn show.
Yes, Sean. Exactly how he's feeling about the Tyson movie after he doubled down. I think he tripled down on that. I think he tripled down on it.
Absolutely.
I do have a feeling about it, and when it comes out, it's gonna be amazing. Y'all gonna have to.
No.
All right. Let me go. I gave Ant-Man and the Wasp a B-. I gave it a B-. I did.
Didn't you give Wakanda Forever a B-?
Huh?
Then you
I gave Wakanda Forever a hold on, because I just did the doggone listing. I gave Wakanda Forever a B.
Okay.
I thought it was a really good adventure like film, really like family friendly.
Yeah, we're not gonna do spoilers, Kenji.
No spoilers. No spoilers. It was very very family friendly. And I love the portrayal of Kang. The best thing about the movie, and this is not a spoiler, but they never treat him like a joke. Like, at no point in the film is he a joke.
Very smart.
And that's like, because that don't happen often in MCU movies.
Unlike Gore.
They never treated Gore like a joke.
Shouldn't me.
I disagree. I disagree with you, Javon. I disagree with you. None of the characters who knew him treated him like a joke, but one of the problems that I had was that the tone was so unbalanced.
Really,
Ant-Man
I don't think so.
I agree.
Ant-Man was trying to keep stuff goofy and happy, and MODOK was trying to, the tone was just too wishy-washy for me.
I thought that it was very much an adventure film, like lighthearted, until he showed up, and that's supposed to happen. The bad guy is supposed to bring the menace, and that's what he did. Like, it got serious when Kang showed up. Like, it got real.
Just say let's spoil it, man. But nah, we ain't gonna do it.
Tell Just to go read a movie, man.
I think
Gore tried to come off like
I don't. That's Tiki's fault.
I don't think so, man.
That's Tiki's fault. It was the writing.
Taika,
whatever the freak.
I was like, who is Tiki? Tiki Barber.
Do you pronounce it? Let me not say that way. I don't want to disrespect them.
It's Taika. It's Taika, I believe.
Is it Taika Waititi?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. All right. So I apologize. I wasn't trying to mispronounce the name on purpose.
It's like Tiki Barber.
Yeah, that was not on purpose. But so, all right. So everybody already saw. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody saw it. My review, after I went to go see it, I gave it a 6.
That's low, man. I think that's low.
I could give it a 7 at best, but to be honest with you, I did not. Like when this comes out, I have almost every MCU movie on Vudu. I don't think I'm buying this one, to be honest with you.
Really?
You know
it wasn't entertaining? Was it entertaining for you, though?
I went mostly because number one, it's an MCU movie, so I need to stay in continuity. Number 2, I wanted to support Jonathan Majors, and I felt like he'd do a good job. That's why I went. Jonathan Majors delivered. I like the entrance. I feel like as the character continues to go, there'll be even better performances. One of the biggest things I personally wanted was, I'm saying stuff without spoiling. My issue with Kang from this film is similar to my issue with Thanos. Both are great, both are great, but I wish and it might be coming, so I'll see. I'll see. That's why I won't go too far, so I don't spoil anything. But I had a similar thought between Kang and Thanos, and like I said, once we get to the point where we can like fully talk about it, and I'll explain. But Jonathan Majors delivered. We all knew that was going to happen. I'm happy to have Kang in and have him introduced. The story that they told between Ant-Man and his daughter. See, that's what I'm saying. The MCU is making their films. I was just listening to Ryan Coogler and I forgot my guy's name. They wrote the script with him. They co-wrote the script for Black Panther 1 and 2.
Excuse me.
But they were talking about how, like you do have to take marketing into account that you are making this movie for different demographics all to be able to enjoy it because it has to be financially successful too. And I think what we talked about in the past is Marvel has a formula that they figured out works for them. But I also think based on the phase that we're in and some of the things that we've seen said about Marvel movies is that people are starting to get a little bit tired of that formula. Ant-Man I think we expected this from Ant-Man in the first place, like what Danny described as like uneven leveling like throughout the movie, but it's an Ant-Man movie, so they're gonna have some type of Paul Rudd. But that's Paul Rudd's lane. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he does, and he's doing what he does. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I know there's people that love Guardians of the Galaxy. I've never been a huge fan of them, but there's people that absolutely love them.
That's my problem. Ant-Man, to me, Paul Rudd's Ant-Man is a goofy crime, movie, right? It's a goofy crime movie. This dude talks to ants and he steals stuff. Like he's a former thief who talks to ants and steals things. For And I understand that the quantum realm, like they want to introduce this menacing villain in this movie, but I kind of wish they would have done it somewhere else. I kind of wish they would have introduced Kang somewhere else, because to me the Ant-Man formula kind of suffered because of it. Now, but I do like, and I can't say I like the way that it impacted him in the end. I'll say that, because you saw, how it impacted Ant-Man at the end of the movie. So that's all I'll say.
I'll say this though.
Go ahead, Jerron.
I think the way the seriousness of the character sounds like you guys don't think it fit. But if you remember, the first villain was trying to kill his daughter. Yellow Jacket was out there trying to murder his daughter, dude. Like, he was a serious villain.
He wasn't trying. That was his goal. Like that happened. That happened, but that wasn't his goal. Like his goal wasn't. The fact is,
he was. But I'm saying
technology.
But I'm not talking about goal.
The company.
That wasn't Kang's goal either.
His goal is to conquer and to kill everything.
But for that movie, it wasn't though.
For Ant-Man 1, the villain's goal was to take over the company and to be respected by
and sell the technology to terrorists.
To sell it to terrorists, but the movie wasn't about that. It was about Scott stealing the stuff and getting their company back.
But he's the protagonist. Like, I'm trying to figure. Right. I guess I don't. I feel like, and I felt like this for a long time.
What up, Emmanuel? What's good?
Hey, what's up?
Keep going.
I feel like when it comes to Marvel movies, people forget. It's like Justin called it mid, and in my mind, I'm like, it's about as good as the other two Ant-Man movies. Like,
not a second.
It's about par for course, huh?
I didn't like.
I actually like the second one. I thought the second one was a fun movie. Like, they're fun movies, guys. Like, what are the expectations that you guys are having for these movies?
But I think that's part. I think that's part of it. Like, I think, like I described for me, right? Marvel has a formula. Again, like Coogler brought up in their talk, like, that you have to appeal to multiple demographics in order to get this movie to work financially like you want it to. But that's one of the reasons that they had the formula being what it is. And it doesn't always work depending on what you're dealing with and how the story needs to be told. And
the formula you're talking about, they have long left that formula in the dust, though. They've been doing movies that haven't been following the formula. Like, the formula you're talking about appealing to different age ranges and stuff, they were doing that in the first 2 or 3 phases. Remember, they came into Disney after the first Avengers movie.
You don't think Ant-Man's doing that?
No, I'm saying that they're comic book movies. Most comic book movies are meant to appeal to a broad range of people. Now, there are some that don't. Like, I'm not saying that they don't, but most of the superhero movies are there to appeal to a broad spectrum of people. So you're going to have certain tropes involved that are there to appeal, like the humor. The humor is there to lighten the mood, to appeal to everybody. But what people, I feel like, are forgetting is that people look at the first 3 phases and they're like, man, the movies aren't as good as the first 3 phases. And I keep telling people, y'all keep forgetting that some of these movies weren't that good. And people were saying it a long time ago. Thor 2, Thor the Dark World, wasn't that good. Iron Man 2,
wasn't that good.
Iron Man 3 wasn't that good. I'm trying to think of some. I mean, like, Guardians 2. A lot of people gave Guardians 2 a lot of crap. Like, so this idea that they were always hitting with the first few movies is not true. It's not true. The Incredible Hulk I enjoyed. I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I didn't think it was great, but I enjoyed the movie. What Marvel is doing is they're making movies that are entertaining. Now, some of them you might get a director that can lift the material higher, like Coogler. Coogler, lifted the material higher. But they're par for course, but they are breaking from the formula that y'all talking about. But what I believe you're thinking about is the formula of them being like family friendly. And I mean, it's an Ant-Man movie.
I think when people talk about the formula, they like it's a combination of like some dramatic, they're heavy on the dramatic backstory of what's happening. Like there's some huge dramatic thing and then some lighthearted, like this movie is kind of a perfect example of it because there's this huge conflict and then there's this lighthearted theme that goes through it to kind of keep you from feeling that. And then there's a tidy resolution at the end, like, oh, everything is cool.
You thought that was a tidy resolution?
For
you literally
for
just said that it wasn't a tidy resolution though.
No,
even though we can't spoil it.
No, I'm saying I liked how it affected him, but he literally said at the end, "Oh, everything's okay." Like,
like I said, I feel like people have high expectations for these movies. I think people do. I truly do.
So. I didn't go in to Ant-Man expecting Endgame at all.
Yeah,
I told you the reason I went to go see Ant-Man. I went to go see it because Jonathan Majors was in it and I wanted to support, and I went to go see it because it's an MCU film and I need to stay in continuity. Those are the only two reasons I went to go see it. It's not because I was excited. It's not because of the trailer. It's not because I'm interested in Ant-Man. It's not because of any of that. I don't care about any of that. The MCU's formula is working because they made an integrated universe that you need to see the film to know what's coming for the next film.
Why did you have high expectations for Ant-Man? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Not you, the Facebook user. I don't know what that is. I was just like, why do you have high expectations for Ant-Man?
That's where I agree with you on that, Javon. People who have high expectations for these like mid-level movies. Okay, if you want to have high expectations for the Avengers movies, cool. If you want to have high expectations but that's really it. Like the event movies are really the only ones that you need to have high expectations for. The rest of them are just like, why would you have high expectations for a Black Widow movie or Iron Man movie? Like when Fantastic Four comes out,
Iron Man, maybe. I can see that. I can see Iron Man, like the big dogs. Like I can see
not that. Not at the time, because Iron Man was not a, you know what I'm saying? But if
I disagree on that. The first Iron Man movie, I didn't have high expectations for, but after that movie, I think we all kind of was waiting for Iron Man 2 and 3, though.
I was.
Okay.
But I think I don't think so. For me, when I rated this movie, it's not based on my expectations were up here and it only hit here. I'm rating the movie based on my enjoyment of the movie as a film.
That's why I asked you. You didn't think it was entertaining?
Not really. No. I mean, I wasn't.
You say you what?
I wasn't. Go ahead.
You hated it?
No, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the movie. Like the entire movie, I liked. The only things that I didn't like were that they kept snapping from literally conqueror menacing to jokey. Like they literally, it was just a little off balance.
Though.
But
they didn't though. I'm telling you, no. I wish we could talk about this, but I can't.
Justin just said, your boy MODOK. Every scene with him was the epitome of what I'm talking about. Right. Every scene with MODOK was the epitome of what I'm talking about because he's literally saying, "I'm a mechanism only designed for killing."
Well, MODOK is a joke, though. He's always been a joke. He was a joke in the comics.
Well, I guess that's true.
He's a joke in the comics. That's why this is what I'm saying though. Like, I don't have a problem when like people who don't know the comics like say like stuff, but like there are people who read comic books and they're like complaining about MODOK and how MODOK was a joke, and I'm like, find me a comic book where MODOK wasn't a joke.
You're right, I honestly didn't think about it like that because you're right. MODOK is 100% a joke in every iteration of every comic that he's in, and that
it's like this She-Hulk thing. It's the She-Hulk thing where like people were complaining about how She-Hulk was jokey, or like breaking the fourth wall, and I'm like, she does it all the time, and I don't know. I just feel like after Endgame, like everybody like loves that feeling of Endgame, and then and let's keep it a buck. Was it No Way Home? Not No Way Home. Far From Home was after it.
No Way
right?
Home. It was No Way Home.
No. No Way Home was the one with the 3 Spider-Men, right?
Yeah.
Far From Home was Mysterio.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So Far From Home came out after Endgame. They hit right after that with that, and then I think there was like this long break of movies because of COVID. Black Widow. So like I feel like people were like ravenous for Marvel movies, and it's like, and it built up all these expectations in their head. I'm not saying y'all. Let me make sure I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying in general. Mm-hmm. So when the movies started coming back out, people have like rose-colored goggles about the past and how those movies made them feel. So now when the new movies don't hit like that, they're like, wait a minute, guys, like this is mid or this is whack. And I'm like, the first Marvel phase was up and down. It was up and down. Like it was really like, you know, kind of hit or miss. That's not really. Let me. No, wait. When did the first one phase? First phase. I don't even
remember, bro. That's way.
I think it ended. I think their first phase was okay because they had Iron Man 2, Thor, and Captain America, and then Avengers. Like they were hitting, with the exception of Iron Man 2, but they were hitting. But then when the next phases came, that's when you start to see the unevenness in quality, or not quality, but you know, people liked some and didn't like the other. And I just feel like people have to stop expecting every Marvel movie to be a home run. Like it's okay to be a single, you know, or a double.
I completely agree with you. I think if people are doing that, then they shouldn't be. I'm just saying, for me personally, that's not what this is. Mine is just strictly off of me going.
No, I feel you.
Like I'm trying to think of another movie that I would put like.
And it set the table though. Like this Ant-Man, it set the table for, you know, the rest of the for everything that's coming afterwards.
That was his goal. The goal, exactly. That the goal was that. Like, I don't think you have to hit a home run every time, especially because the people that are already following the MCU are going to continue to follow the MCU. We're going to pay the money just to go see it because one of the reasons that people should be excited about the DCEU is because now we know we're getting ready to get a connected universe. The biggest thing that I've kept saying about DC, that is why they're complete failures, or have been for the most part, is because they haven't done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now that they're going to start tying those things together, there's no way. Because I've heard people say this before. I've heard people say this before that as a universe, DC should smack in the MCU when it comes to movie making. I've heard people say that in the past. I can't speak on that. You know what I'm saying? But
they should and they shouldn't.
X-Men wise, there's no way. But go ahead, Danny. I'm sorry.
They should and they shouldn't, because they have two of the three biggest properties in comic books. They have Batman and Superman, right? Yes. So they should make the money. But Batman and Superman have also been done to death.
Yes. But in a connected universe,
I don't care if it's connected, disconnected, retcon. I don't care what they do. You can only tell They done did Batman to death.
Sean, they give me a headache.
They gotta get, and I kind of like what James Gunn is doing by bringing in these B and C tier. Booster Gold, to me, I'm most excited about Waller and Booster Gold, because those are two.
I ain't excited about none of it.
I'm excited about them kicking off a universe that's connected. That's what I care about.
I'll be excited when I see them, when I see it hit. Flashpoint, it's actually good.
And Booster Gold, Booster Gold got potential to me, man. I love Booster Gold.
Even Flashpoint don't excite me.
Flashpoint,
I feel like it's whack that they can't do a Flash movie without Batman.
I mean, I'm still asleep on it until it happens. But
I'm with you, Morgan.
Yeah, I'm still asleep on it until it happens. But what I'm saying is, one of the biggest reasons the DC had no shot at catching MCU is because they did not have a connected storyline. If they had a connected storyline, people will go and pay the money to see the movie just because of that. Just because I need to see what's going to happen next. I can't count how many Marvel movies I went to go see, not because I cared about those characters, but because I didn't want to miss.
You cared about it.
how it connected everything else.
You cared about those characters. You did.
You know what? You know where DC messed up?
I don't give a crap
DC
about
messed up. I'm gonna tell you exactly where DC messed up.
I'm listening.
I might never get to work with this dude. He's a very talented guy, but the direction they took with Zack Snyder on Man of Steel was the wrong foundation. It was the wrong foundation to build everything on.
Man of Steel was a good movie. Stop it, Javon.
Man of Steel was not a good movie. No,
yes,
no,
it
it was not a good movie.
Man of Steel was a good
not
movie.
a good movie, man. Not a good movie.
Oh God, you guys have started it now. I'm glad Tyler and them ain't watching. Lord Jesus.
I tell Tyler every time he say that joint.
Man of Steel was not
a good movie.
Yes, it was. It was not
a good movie.
I agree, Sean. They screwed up horribly. You rushed Doomsday.
Absolutely right.
You rushed Doomsday. That is the stupidest decision in comic history. That is literally the stupidest thing I've ever seen in the comic book.
Ryan on here too. I tell Ryan too.
And
Man,
then we're gonna go trash. And then we're gonna go straight into Darkseid. And then we're gonna go straight into Darkseid.
Yeah. There's no excuse for that level of incompetence. That's insane.
They got all these great villains in DC. They got amazing villains in DC.
You literally made Thanos. Wasn't Thanos made after Darkseid?
Yeah.
Darkseid came first and Thanos came after that. You know what Thanos is. Darkseid's the original and you still effed it up. That's insane. Literally
they should have waited a while, The reason they shouldn't have used Darkseid because Marvel was using Thanos. They should have picked another villain, another big villain. They got a ton of them to use.
Yes.
They could have picked Brainiac. They could have made Brainiac a huge threat.
Would have been.
They could have done anything. But what we got was trash. Three trash movies.
The dude that killed Superman, it was what, the second movie? You killed Superman in the second movie with a butt-naked alien.
And brought him back. But not even after a whole movie. The next movie, they brought him back, bro.
Bro, I'm sorry if you like trash movies, man.
Listen, if you think Batman vs. Superman was hitting, we got to talk as soon as this show's over because that's
crazy.
If you
thought Batman vs. Superman was a good movie on any level,
no way he thinks that.
I'm worried about you.
Superman, they did it wrong, but it could have
been.
The concept of it was good. The concept of it was good. It was.
How was the concept good?
The content would have hit if they had a.
How was the concept good?
The theme of them connecting over humanity. The theme of them, these two villains, these two opposing forces, Batman and Superman. Batman, who's seen the entire world crumble because of the power of this alien, right? And the alien who's trying to protect the world from crumbling, but also hurting people in its stead, connecting over the humanity of them sharing a mother was a good concept, but it was horribly executed.
So Batman is so stupid that he can't see one individual is trying to stop the other individual and just gonna go after him.
No, he's saying, what do you mean?
The problem is that it shouldn't have been a versus movie. It shouldn't have been a versus movie. It should have been Batman, Superman. They did it already. The cartoon did it already and did it like 30 times better.
Yeah, but you have to build that. You got to build that chemistry before you can do Batman and Superman.
Why?
Which movie you talking about?
Did we see Captain America versus Iron Man? Did we see like immediately off the jump?
Yes.
No.
Which movie?
Danny, we did not.
Conflict in the first Avengers movie. The first time they met.
Listen. Not liking each other is one thing. Those dudes are trying to kill each other within 2 hours of the movie.
But they still had the conflict. The theme was still the same. They butted heads and then they came together and saw eye to eye.
He was trying to kill him
because he was a threat to humanity. He saw him as a threat to humanity.
Okay, so then you're saying that you believe Batman is stupid. If he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, one of the smartest dudes on the planet, he can't be smart enough to see that this person is not actually been. It takes him saying the damn word Martha. Save Martha for. Oh, well, he's okay now. Save Martha. Forget the fact that he was saving people. He was saving people in the same film, Danny.
I said it was executed poorly. It was a good concept.
The concept don't make sense.
It does make sense.
Why would Batman think Superman on any level was? Well, I can understand mistrust.
They were so completely different. They were so completely different, but they shared this one thing: the love of a mother, the humanity.
Just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right though. You're right though. But like,
dude, you're trying to fit a round peg into a
I'm just saying, hole, I can see it. I don't go back and watch Batman versus Superman because it's not. But I found it entertaining, and I can see what they were trying to do. Just like in Man of Steel, I could see what they were trying to do with the hesitation of Clark. If when Mike said it to me, when Mike said, "Yo, if they would have used a kid to play that part with the tornado, it would have made a lot more sense." But because we're seeing grown, muscular Henry Cavill right there, and we're like, "Yo, this is a whole adult. You could have done something." But he's a kid at that point,
right? So what they did, I'm not talking about what they could have done. I'm talking about what they did.
I'm talking about the concept.
That's
good.
Fair, but I'm talking about Man of Steel. Because you brought Man of Steel. What they did was trash. It was trash. It was this.
I don't think one moment should destroy a whole movie. But
it's not just that one moment. This dude toned down Lois Lane in the middle of an apocalyptic, war-torn zone where people needed help. I'm pretty sure he could hear them. This dude was tonguing. I hate that you made me do that, man. I hate that you made me do that. I hate that you made me do that. Go ahead.
I don't know if I would have done that.
But at the same time, I'll say Age of Ultron did that same thing. Age of Ultron was a perfect movie up until Ultron forgot that he wanted a new body and took what's her name, ScarJo instead. Up until that moment, it was a perfect movie.
I'm not looking for perfection. Every movie has bad
crazy
things.
Hang up to me still, but
that is a weird hang up.
Bro, the whole movie, he's trying to build a perfect body. He goes to get the vibranium. He breaks up the Avengers. He does all of that to get this perfect body. But then when Black Widow is there and the body is right next to it, he grabs her and goes to Sokovia.
He wasn't right next to her. She was hanging out of the airplane.
Yeah, I thought she was riding on where the body
literally
was.
Hanging
out of the body.
Right.
She was on it.
No, she was hanging
trying to get it so they could take it away from him.
Yes.
And he stopped her. What are you talking about?
She was on the case, on the thing.
No, the case was inside the case was inside the jet, dude.
The body was inside the case in the jet.
Either way, the jet dropped the case into another plane. So you can't just go to the other plane and catch the case. Like
what?
Either way, they were in the same place. They were in the same place regardless.
No, because I just watched this movie. They took the whole truck, right? And they were flying up, and then she cut it and it fell back. And it fell into the jet, and then he went after them. And she was hanging on, and only thing he could grab was her because he took off.
The only thing that he could grab was her. He got jet boosters and rocket packs.
So does the plane. So does the plane.
Okay,
this is literally the silliest.
This is the weirdest nitpick.
Let me not say silly. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand.
That's a weird nitpick.
I don't understand it all. Not even.
Ryan, we ain't watching.
I don't know.
Danny has constructed a new movie.
I don't know.
I'm telling y'all,
this is Ultron's Revenge. Captain America will stomp Batman. Stomp him. Stomp him like Kane stomped.
He should.
Ant-Man.
He should.
Danny, you turn it against your own.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just telling you, the movie was perfect. It's that moment. I'm just telling you,
but you're still saying it as if what you're saying. How was everybody else on the stream that seen the movie?
Because y'all ain't. I'm telling you. Go back and watch it. I'm telling you, he was close enough. He was close enough to get the case, but instead he grabs her and flies away.
The case was ahead of her, dude. She was behind the case.
But he wasn't. My point is he was not close to losing. He was not in danger at all at that point. So why is he running away from the fight? Why is he running away from the fight?
The plane flew away from him.
He grabbed her and went away. No, they didn't. They even asked him. They even asked Hawkeye. They said, "Do you have the package?" And he said, "Does anybody see Black Widow?" He hadn't left. He said, "Does anybody see Black Widow? Where is she?" And they're like, "Go, you need to go." He had already left with her before Hawkeye left with the thing.
Okay.
Y'all tell me I'm crazy. I'm telling you, it's on page 13. Just go to page 13, Age of Ultron, page 13, and read it with your ears.
Decent, but like y'all said, they made Ultron too much like Stark. Well, I mean, it was based off his brain pattern.
Based off of Stark's
code. That's why he kept calling him his kid.
It made perfect sense why they did that.
Actually, believe it or not, I actually like the Ultron.
Ultron was a spectacular villain.
What'd you say?
I've said that 50 times.
It was based off Stark's brain.
Ultron
was based off.
Yes, he did. He just said. Remember the scene. Hold on. Remember the scene when they first met up with Ultron. The second time they met up with Ultron, and Ultron said a joke, and Stark was like, "I'm like, oh, he's like 2 seconds." They had the same brain. They thought the same way.
He had researched him on the internet. It wasn't
Ultron's entire reason for coming, period, was based off of Tony's desire to protect the world from everything else. He said the only way to protect the world is to get you guys off of it. He was inspired by Tony's thought to protect the world. He just said humans are what's wrong with the world.
Remember the part where he was like, if you keep your enemies close and your friends rich and figure out which is which. And they were like, Claw was like, I only heard that from one person. It was Tony Stark. And he's like, I'm not Tony Stark.
I'm not pushing back on that.
You think I'm Tony Stark?
When he cut his arm off, it was
when he cut his arm off.
Comparing him to Tony.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing back on that. I'm saying that the brainwaves thing, because it was the Mind Stone that he was born from.
I didn't say anything about the brainwave.
Well, I didn't mean brain. I said brainwaves because I'm thinking because the comic book is based off Hank Pym, so it got crossed. But everything is influenced and based off Stark.
Absolutely.
In the movie,
which is why he's joking.
In the movie, it was very clear that his entire reason for coming and doing everything that he did was because he literally played it back to him, a suit of armor around the world. Yeah. Like he literally played it back to him. And then the issue is humans are what's wrong with the world, and you guys got to go.
I agree with you. He said it. Jarvis said that. Jarvis told him, Mr. Stark. He mentioned Mr. Stark to him, and he searched him up on the internet. That's where he, mapped all that from. But I agree with you.
I don't know how you got here, Ryan.
I don't know, Ryan.
No clue.
Either way,
this one is Danny. This one is Danny. I'm not taking.
Literally, he created all of the AI that runs all of it. He created Veronica. It's all Tony. Whatever computer programming you do is your code.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Hold on. But even in Infinity War, when they were dealing with Vision, they were talking about how Vision had pieces of Tony, Ultron, Bruce, all within him. So clearly,
I'm not disagreeing with y'all at all.
I wanted to know these topics.
Sean, if you don't shut up.
Sean, man, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not.
I'm gonna go back to watch Man of Steel soon, and I promise you, if that movie's not fire, I'm gonna get you guys, you and Tyler, and everybody else.
It's great except for that one moment. And at the time,
you think there's only one moment in the movie that's bad?
And Man of Steel?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this list.
Yeah.
How about that dunk contest?
Can you at least admit that the fighting, the Superman fight, the superhuman fighting in Man of Steel was the best at the time?
It was okay.
Bruh. All right, you bugging. You being a hater. All right, yeah. Matt McClung.
Not being a hater, dude.
Matt McClung.
Not being a hater.
Matt McClung, I'm debating on whether or not. I'm debating on whether that was top 5 or not. A top 5 dunk contest performance. That it was.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I am.
Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon got like
I just watched it again. I just watched. I rewatched it today. I rewatched Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine's dunk contest today. If he was in the same dunk contest, it would have been close at the least.
Mac
McClung had 3 dunks that was definitely 50s.
I'm sorry. You said
no, he did not.
Time out.
Yes,
no. Stop.
Mac McClung had 150.
Time out.
What?
Mac McClung had one dunk that was definitely a 50.
Which one was the 50?
Danny, you missing the forest from the trees.
This
man said if you had the same dunks in a dunk contest with Zach LaVine.
I said if Matt McClung, if his dunk contest performance happened in the same dunk contest with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, and
he wouldn't have reached the final two. No. Not with those dunks.
The first dunk that he did.
I just watched
Aaron Gordon literally jumped over a dude.
I know that was not a 50. That's a 50
ball under his legs and then dunked it.
No Morgan.
And then dunked it.
The dunk
is the silliest thing you've said in a long time.
The first dunk that he did, I think, was
crazy, man.
This dude
not that dunk contest, dude. Not that dunk contest. Nah.
So bro. everybody out here doing 540s and dunking them joints clean, huh?
Morgan, you said
not that.
Are you telling me that's not a 50?
Not that dunk contest.
A 540 is not a 50.
I'm not saying it's not a 50. I'm going off what you said, and you said if you put him in the same dunk contest at that same dunk contest with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, which was a classic dunk contest, he wouldn't have made the last two.
No.
He wouldn't have made the last two.
I don't.
This dude, Zach LaVine, almost dunked from the foul line.
He did it
twice. His legs, and
he did it twice. He did it once between the legs.
Morgan just said he was trying to figure out if it was top 5 all time. He said that Mac McClung might be in consideration as a top 5 dunk.
Dude, you're crazy.
I said that dunk contest.
You put him with Michael Jordan, Vince Carter.
You're not listening
Adam
to what I
said.
McGrady. Don't make things up.
Tracy McGrady.
You're making stuff up. I didn't say
you said that's what the first thing you said.
No, it's not.
You said I'm trying to figure out if it was a top 5 performance.
Performance.
Right. Yes. That's what we're talking about.
No, that's not what Danny just said.
That's what he's talking about.
No, it's not.
Top 5 performance.
It's not what he just said. I said I'm trying to figure out if that's not a top 5 dunk contest performance.
Right.
Compared to who?
Compared to who?
I don't. If we go back and look, I went back to watch. I went back to watch MJ
Jordan.
and Dominique. I went back to watch MJ and Dominique earlier today too.
Vince Carter.
The dunks that McClung did were better than those dunks.
You think? Okay, time out.
McClung. You just said McClung was better than Jordan.
No.
McClung is a better dunker than Jordan.
What are you talking?
Danny, don't do that. You're
pushing it. Stupid. You're talking
you said.
Hold on.
You said
thank you, Jess.
McClung did were better than those dunks.
Thank you, Jess.
Do you think his performance was better? I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question right now. You think his performance was better than Aaron Gordon's performance?
I think in the same dunk contest, it would have been
no. Stop.
I just watched it again. I said this again earlier. If I went back and I'm grading Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine's dunks in that contest, they dunked like 6-7 times, right?
All of those dunks were better than his.
No, they were not. Not to me.
Dude,
not to me. How about that? Not to me.
I guarantee. Yeah. I think. Listen, we still talk about Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon dunks right now
because it was a classic and we hadn't.
5 years from now, 5 years from now, we won't be talking about Mac McClung
because the dunk contest itself was trash. He didn't have any competition.
But that don't matter though. That don't matter.
Morgan, can you do me a favor?
3 dunks. Okay, which one of the dunks that he did?
You think his dunks were better than Vince Carter?
Vince Carter is the GOAT.
I'm asking you a question, Morgan.
That's a stupid question. You knew that.
How is it a stupid question? You just said it was. Hold on. You just said it was top 5. You said you're trying. You said you're trying
to consider whether it's top 5. Stop. Don't mess up what I'm saying.
I'm trying, Morgan. I'm trying to, but you're getting defensive. I'm trying to say. You said I'm trying to figure out if it's top 5. So I'm giving you like 5 or 6 options.
And I just told you, so I've already answered 2 of them.
Right. So you said that his
Mike and Dominique in there, right?
You said you think his dunks were better than Blake Griffin's dunks?
I don't even remember Blake Griffin's dunks in the slam dunk contest. I don't even remember them. Do you? What did he do?
Griffin's dunk wasn't even the best dunks in his.
This dude jumped over a car, man. Contest. This dude jumped over a car, and you gonna sit here and try and tell me?
I don't remember it,
bro.
I don't remember it. So I go back and watch. That's why I said I'm trying to consider. That's why I said I'm trying to consider whether or not it's top 5. What I forget how
Morgan is, man. Whatever just happened is the best thing that ever happened. I forgot. Danny, you should have reminded me. I forgot, dude. I forgot. I knew. You know what's funny? I knew he was going to say this though.
JaVale McGee should have won that dunk contest. I'll be honest though. That Blake Griffin, I believe it was JaVale McGee that he was against. He should have won that one. But like I said, Justin said it. That first dunk that Mac McClung did, where he jumped over the 2 people, where he had them standing back to back, and then had the dude raise them up, grab it, touch the backboard, and then dunk. To me, that was his best dunk.
Dude, I'm not even saying that there weren't hot dunks. 50, right? I'm not saying they weren't hot dunks.
That was a 50.
I'm asking you.
There are a lot of 50 dunks, though, Morgan. There are a lot of 50 dunks.
That was a 50.
What I'm trying to say to you is Aaron Gordon's performance is literally one. They literally show it to this day, even though that man didn't even win.
I'm not arguing with you about that. I said that dunk contest was a classic. What I said specifically is that Mac McClung's performance in this dunk contest, I'm considering whether or not that is top 5. That's my sentence. That's what I said.
But that's not the only thing you said. You said
there were 4 dunks.
You said if you put him in that dunk contest,
yes,
you think that those dunks would be able to compete with the dunks that Aaron Gordon is.
And let me tell you logically why. Right, all of those dunks that Aaron Gordon didn't get straight 50s. All of those dunks that Zach LaVine didn't get straight 50s. Mac McClung's did. He got 148.5. The rest of them were 50s. So you're going to tell me mathematically that he's not in that contest? It's math.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Mathematically.
Understanding that they also grade based off the field, though. The field was trash.
He said
the rest of those dunks weren't good. Can we all agree on that? Can we all agree?
Were not as good. They
were good dunks.
The bigger guys' dunks were trash.
They weren't good dunks though. They weren't good dunks.
The bigger guys' dunks were trash.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The other dudes weren't good. So when you saw
that had Alvarado, the first dude Alvarado dunk, I like that.
That was okay. But
my
point is, I was just trying to say my point being, everybody else was bad. So when you showed a really good dunk, they were like, "Oh, give it a 50." That's how they do it. They've been doing that for years, especially when it's not a good dunk contest.
I hear you.
So I'm saying if you put him in a dunk contest where the other dudes are doing joint that's supposed to be 50s, because remember they got a lot of hate. What'd you say?
And because he was white, though.
I mean, I ain't gonna go there. But the other, even in that Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, back and forth. The what do you call it? What do you call those people? The judges got a lot of crap because there was one dunk Aaron Gordon did. I think it was the last dunk he did that was fire. It was fire. And one of them gave him like an 8 or a 9. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? That's the only reason Aaron Gordon didn't win. And I'm saying those dunks were way better. They were way better than what we saw Saturday night. Not that those dunks weren't good. All right, man. If you tell me, you please put that on the poll. I would love to see that poll.
It don't matter.
Please put that on the poll.
Can you do me a favor though, just so I can pull this up later? Can you say out loud, Mac McClung is a top 5 all-time dunker?
I didn't say that. I never said that in the beginning. So
you just say it.
I know I can't say that.
Say it for me, so I can.
That's not what
I didn't say it in the first place.
That's not what
he said. I need the clip so I didn't
say anything near that.
No, he needs to say Mac McClung might have a top 5 dunk contest performance.
Yes,
that's what he said.
What I said specifically was I am still considering whether or not Matt McClung's dunk contest performance isn't top 5 or not. That's what I'm still debating right now.
The way he words it, though?
Yeah.
Because that's what I said in the beginning. I didn't change anything. That's literally what I said earlier. And I'll say it again.
Did he find that Michael Jordan? He said that Matt McClung's dunks were better than Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon's. That's what you Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins' dunk contest was the best one until Vince. I think most people would say that. Jason Richardson had an awesome dunk contest. Isaiah Ryder had one. D Brown had a famous one where he did the lean and covered up his eyeball. You know what? They got a lot of, and that's why I'm saying, like, to say that it might be top 5.
Yeah.
That's recency bias, dude.
No, it's like I literally went and watched it.
Okay.
Who's the one who did the
game and then the dunk contest are two different things?
Who's the one who blew the camel off the cupcake? Who's that?
Oh, I remember that dunk. Yeah.
It was Dwight Howard.
I cannot remember.
Was that Dwight Howard?
I want to say it was.
I don't remember. I know somebody.
I watched every. My only point is I'm objectively saying I watched all of these dunk contests. Before I even said what I said today, I went back to watch Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine on purpose. I went back to watch MJ and Dominique on purpose, just to compare the dunk. I went back to compare the dunk. The fact that y'all were the GOAT for forever, but then Vince Carter single-handedly destroyed everybody's dunk contest once. Thank you for naming James. I appreciate that. Thank you for naming other people because what
happens all the time. There's a lot of dunks that get 50s that shouldn't be 50s. There's a lot of dunks that get 50s.
I wouldn't say a lot.
That happens all the time.
He said it wasn't even a dunk though.
It's true though. The one where he like threw it in the hoop with the Superman cape on, he got a 50 for that.
Yeah, and it was for theatrics.
But that's but that's the point where you keep saying, well, is that a 50? That got called a 50. This is a 50.
Because
I'm telling you that
numerically.
All I'm telling you is if somebody if somebody comes out and does a 540 in the air and dunks it clean and runs off, I don't care who's standing around. There's no way you're not giving a 540 or 50 as clean as he dunked that crap. It's not like he just barely dunked it. It's not like he just barely tipped it in. He snatched the rim sideways backwards like this to finish a 540. I don't care whose dunk contest it was in. That's a 50. I don't care who it's against. It doesn't make a difference.
Y'all remember the year where Dwayne Wade was a judge and he gave his boy on was it the Heat or the Bulls a 50, and the guy below him who had a better dunk, he gave him a less score, and his boy won. Y'all remember that? I remember that. So that's why the judges giving him 50 ain't always it.
I'm talking about right now. If you're telling me that 540 isn't a spec, okay, you're saying
it's an all-time dunk.
That 540 is not an all-time spectacular dunk. Is that what you're saying?
Not in the dunk.
Are you kidding me?
Just because it just happened doesn't mean that it's the greatest, dude. Come on, man.
You're saying that
Matt like 5 better.
Is top 5.
You think it's better than Vince in the?
Vince got 3.
Vince got 3. Aaron Gordon got like 3. Mike got 1 at least.
Aaron Gordon's jump. Gordon's jump.
Come on, dude.
Over the dude, grabbed the ball under his leg.
That dude sat in the air. He sat on the ball in the air.
I can't do it. I can't say that, bro.
He sat on the ball.
You gonna put it over Michael Jordan?
You said give me 5. Jordan from the foul line.
I agree with this too, Sean.
Aaron Gordon.
I agree with this too, Sean.
Bruh.
But at the same time, I will say this too. At the same time, this is the reason Ja Morant's not getting in the dunk contest. Because there are
the reason Ja Morant ain't getting in the dunk contest. Y'all need to
are in-game. There's a reason LeBron never did it. There's a reason that Ja didn't do it. There's a reason that did Iggy ever do it. There are great in-game dunkers that can't translate to the actual contest because they don't have the creativity to win it. Just because you can dunk the ball really well or dunk it really hard doesn't mean you're going to win a dunk contest. That's a fact. So my only point is, I agree with what Sean is saying here. If MJ and Dominique were in the league now, and had to come up with more creative dunks because of what we've seen somewhere else. Yeah, we know MJ has the air to do whatever he wants, but that doesn't mean he has the creativity to do whatever he wants.
And
you can be a great in-game dunker.
Listen, I agree with you, and I'm not going to pull this back up later because y'all going to say I'm a hater. But them dunks that they were doing back in the 80s and 90s were not all that creative. So yes,
I agree.
The rules and all that stuff. Hold on. Y'all got to understand that there was a dunk contest, and the rules for the dunk contest changed over years. So a lot of that creativity that had to come into, like using props and all that other stuff, that wasn't always there. You just had to dunk. You just had to do a fly dunk.
I'm not taking that away. All I'm saying is keeping everything a band with my eyeballs. If you go back and watch Dominique and Michael's dunk contest and then put it up against some of these more new dunk contests,
but that's not the argument.
Not going to come away saying Michael.
That's not the argument, though. The argument that you just said, you literally just said two things that I disagree with. One, that his performance is a top 5.
Thank you, James. Thank you. There are classic dunks that today are
Morgan, you moving the goalposts. You are moving the goalposts.
I'm not.
What you just said, though.
I'm gonna say again what I said in the beginning. I'm gonna say again what I said in the beginning.
Danny heard what you said in the beginning. What you said in the beginning is, I'm trying to determine if it was a top 5 dunk contest.
Yes.
Right?
That's what I'm.
If it was a top 5 dunk,
and once I go back and watch enough of them, I will let you know.
And I'm telling you right now that we've literally named like 5 performances that were better. And then you turn around and then you turn historically, I bet you go.
We'll find out. Go to the poll. We can close that.
And then you said that dunk was a top 5 dunk.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. I said,
Danny, did you not just hear that?
Okay,
I said, are you
said the 540 is a top 5? You said his 540 was a top 5
I
dunk.
said it's one of the best dunks of all time.
That ain't what you said.
That means top 5 then, right?
That ain't what you said.
If I'm still trying to determine whether this is a top 5 dunk, all around dunk contest performance, why would I say that's a top 5 dunk of all time? If I ain't even willing to say it's a top 5 dunk contest performance.
What you just said is worse though. You said it's one of the best of all time. So that means top 3.
The greatest dunk contest performance of all time is Vince Carter, and there's nobody touching.
No, you said
that's
the 540
was one of them.
You said the 540 was one of the best of all time.
I said it is one of the best of all time. It definitely
so that means top 4.
What?
If it's one of the best of all times, it can't be out of the top 5.
Why can it not be out of the top? Okay, so only 5 because we're on our show. Only 5 because we're on our show means best.
What do you mean by best of all time then? If there can't be that many better than it.
There are top 5 lists. There's top 10 lists. Usually it's top 10 lists. Our show is top 5.
It's within the top 100 then.
So if you the top 100, if you think there are not a whole bunch of people out here doing 540s and snatching the freaking rim.
Hey, Vince did a 540. Vince did a 540 and a windmill.
What did you just say? No,
Vince
he did
a 540 and a windmill.
No, he didn't. It was a 3.
Vince's windmill was a 540.
Let's do these lists. What are you? No, do you, Danny? You know angles, right?
Let me go back and look at it.
Yeah, put it up on the screen. Share it. Share the screen. Good grief. Once this is over, please do the list. Lord Jesus Christ. This dude just said this dude did a 540 windmill.
Top 5 dunk performances in no particular order.
Good God.
Justin about to do it.
Next week.
Bet.
We can do that.
But Glung ain't going to be there. But Glung ain't going to be there. I told you.
I didn't say he is.
Listen,
I said I am considering whether or not this performance is top 5.
And I'm trying to explain to you, and what I'm trying to say to you.
It's offensive. My bad. I apologize.
I didn't say it was offensive. Did I say that, Danny?
I don't know. I'm still trying to
I'm just bringing the fact. See, all right. Okay, y'all.
Yeah, it's recency bias. Everything
is
recency bias. Everything is. I know. I know.
Okay, so if you don't have
jumped over 2 people.
Danny, time out. I'm gonna talk to Danny.
He jumped over two people.
If you do something,
if you do something in the air and dunked it backwards,
if you do something frequently and consistently, is that not a pattern?
That's the definition of a pattern, yes.
Right. So every time we do lists or anything like that, Morgan will 9 times out of 10 will have something that just happened last week. I'm just saying, dude, you do it. This is great. I'm not even the only one that like people who watch the show. They be like, man, Morgan, that joint just happened. He calling it the greatest. I be like,
good.
Morgan,
which surprises me that you don't think LeBron is the greatest.
I was wrong.
I mean, I knew you were wrong, though. I knew you were wrong.
But Mac McClung didn't do a 540 either.
That's false.
No, he started off facing away from the rim when he jumped, and he was still facing away from the rim when he dunked. So that's technically a 360.
Okay, so it's like a 480.
No, it's a 360.
All right, okay, he did a 480
argument. I don't even know why you're having this argument.
Yeah, it was a 480. My bad, Danny. It's a 480.
I don't know. It was a 360.
Anyway.
Just you can't have a top 5 without you can't have a top 5 without Jordan, man. That's a classic.
Jordan was leaning sideways on that one dunk.
You can't have a top 5 without Jordan. Like I know that you might feel like
Michael Jordan did one dunk contest, right?
Doesn't matter.
When's the last time you went back to watch it?
I just watched it. This past Sunday.
You put Michael Jordan's dunk contest performance over Jason Richardson?
Over Jason Richardson? In my top 5. I don't have a problem with Jason Richardson being in there.
That's not what I asked. I said, you put him.
If we're talking about, hold on. I'll say this: Jordan's was iconic, and you got to give it. You got to give it to him for the fact that it was iconic. Like
so
literally,
it's not about the actual performance. It's just
why would the performance? Okay, if the performance wasn't good,
so we're not on different pages.
If the performance wasn't good, it wouldn't be iconic. Now, would
it was good for that time.
All right, man.
Didn't we?
It's not like they show his signature dunk over and over and over again because
we just discussed
that time.
Okay, we literally just discussed.
Like I said, 5 years from now, ain't nobody gonna be talking about Matt McClung.
Okay, we'll see.
The dunk performance.
We'll see.
I don't know, Morgan. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. These Jordan dunks are kind of athletic, bro.
I don't know what he's talking about. Like
I didn't say they're not dunks.
Like Jordan
not
athletic, dude. Come on, man. Come on. Just because it happened on Sunday, don't make it the greatest, man.
I didn't say it was the greatest. I don't know what type of drugs you do on a regular basis, but I didn't.
We asking that question to you.
At no point tonight did I say that his dunks was the greatest. I never said that at any point.
You just said earlier. Hold on. You just said these MJ and Dominique Wilkins dunks wouldn't hold up in the more modern times with the creativity. Did you not say that?
I didn't say that. Sean said it was great for that time, and I agree with that.
No, those are the words that came out of your mouth.
Okay.
Did I make that up?
We can put money on it or something if you want.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to act like Jordan didn't have a top 5 dunk contest.
We can do a top 5.
You can't say that Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine lived both of them. You put them in the top. They're top 5, dude. Hold on, y'all decide on Jordan. Oh, but I'm just saying they're top 5. Right. So you already like let's just look at what Just already was. He had Vince, Aaron Gordon. He put Mac. I don't have Mac. Justin Richardson. I mean, you know.
That's how it was inferred.
That's how it was inferred.
That's how it was inferred.
That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm just saying. I don't know why.
Hey, I'm gonna say something.
Just because it happened on Tuesday doesn't mean that it's top 5 all time.
Before we get to this list, I want to say something real quick before we get to our list. I appreciate y'all in the comments, bro. Y'all be paying attention. Y'all just be paying attention, bro. They be calling us out on stuff, and I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
He said you said that, or that's how it was inferred.
He said it was top 5. Oh my God! All right.
You guys are on drugs.
That's funny, man.
And it's actually funny. And I'm thankful that you guys have made such fools of yourselves. That's good.
We made fools of ourselves.
Oh yeah. I'm very happy that words matter, context matter, and video exists because people just watch it. You could just watch what I said, and they will clearly hear me say, I am still considering whether or not Matt McClung's dunk contest this past Sunday or Saturday isn't one of the best of all time. That's what they're gonna hear me say. That's what I said. You guys said a whole bunch of other stuff that's not with that. That wasn't that.
Danny, how many times did I repeat back to Morgan exactly those words today?
Zero.
We're gonna go.
Maybe 0.5.
I said 0.
Maybe 0.5.
All right.
If I have some time, I'm gonna pull it back up. Don't worry.
Please do.
Said, do y'all agree with Stephen A. Smith saying LeBron ruined the dunk contest? I don't think he ruined it, but he didn't help it.
No,
I didn't see what Stephen A. said, but I thank you, Jess. But logic is not.
I'm not talking about game dunks. Neither of us are talking about game dunks.
Logic isn't always accepted, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know what you're dealing with.
Fan. I mean,
you just got to know what you're dealing with and move on. You know what I mean? Like that's just
nobody. Neither of us. No, Danny might have been joking around talking about top 5 dunker, but I have been very specific in talking about the dunk contest. Great. And you said I'm trying to figure out if he's top 5 all time. That was the first thing you said.
I'm trying to figure out if his performance is in the top 5 of all time. Yes.
Yes, that's the same thing I just said.
It's not. That's why I corrected it.
Okay.
But I appreciate you for playing.
All right.
Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine is probably the best duel since Mike and Dominique.
That's 2 performances.
Actually.
That's 2 performances.
But I also remember the dunk contest with Steve Francis, McGrady. Vince was in that. Yeah, Vince, McGrady, Steve Francis. That dunk contest was dope too.
We've reached like 10 people before we got to McGlow. Just making that.
Racism's still real. You know what I'm saying?
Like racism.
I love this actually, and I'm glad it is recorded. You know what I'm saying? I really am.
Wilkins, Zach, Aaron, Richardson, Vince,
Jordan,
Tracy. I said Jordan, McGrady, Blake Griffin had a couple of bangers.
This is sad, man. That's
Blake
sad.
Griffin didn't have bangers.
Sad, yo. That's really sad.
Blake Griffin didn't have bangers.
That man just can't be great. He's a white guy, so he's obviously not in the same class.
Now
that's great. Good stuff.
I would say
white man can't jump.
Morgan, I would say top 10. I would put Mac McClung in the top 10.
If you would have said top 10, I would have been like, okay.
I actually didn't say top 5. I said
you didn't say that. So just like you said, what you actually said.
I was still considering whether or not.
You would have said I'm considering top 10. If you would have said I'm considering top 10, we wouldn't have said nothing to you.
We wouldn't be here. This conversation would have
ended. You said I'm considering top 5, which means he blew Pat in order you.
No, it doesn't.
You're right, Sean Kobe.
That means he blew past the top 10.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
What the sentence does. No, what the sentence means is me explaining something that I'm doing. That's what that sentence means. So the sentence means I am still considering. I'm going to say it really slow. I am still considering whether Matt McClung's dunk contest performance isn't in the top 5 of all time. That's a sentence.
Okay,
that's
cool.
Telling
so
you what I'm doing.
Your words.
That's telling you
what I'm doing. Help you reconsider making him a top 5.
Can you answer? So after I said that sentence is telling you what? What am I conveying in that sentence?
Wait a minute. You said you're considering if it isn't in the top 5, so you already have it placed in the top 5, and you're considering that it's not. Is that what you're saying?
No, Danny. I'm going to say the sentence again and really slowly. I am still considering whether or not Matt McClung's dunk contest performance isn't in the top 5 or not.
That's what Danny's saying. He's saying that if you're using the word "isn't," this is English right now. If I'm using the word English. I mean, using the word "isn't."
Yes.
then that means that you already have him in the top 5. So you're trying to figure out if he shouldn't be in there.
I'm not sure that's right.
Okay.
Actually.
Say it slowly for me one more time.
Let's just do the list, man. Let's do the list, man. I'm definitely putting that poll up.
Please do. I thank you, Sean. I said it as slow as I can. I can say it.
I don't know why you gotta keep saying it slow.
I can say it slowly on. I can say it slowly on a voice recorder, and I can play that in slow motion. Like I can play it.
You can repeat something all you want. Like I said, we tried to make you reconsider putting it in the top.
The people that are watching the show right now understand what I'm saying. For some reason, you two don't. And I don't know
what have I said tonight. What have I said up tonight, other than to try to inform you about him not being in the top 5?
It's weird to me, but it's cool.
If I'm giving you more options that should push him out of the top 5.
But you also understand they can't push him out until I go watch those performances again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they can. You don't have to watch every. Hold on. You don't have to watch every performance by every quarterback in the world to know that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league right now, right?
What if I've never seen Patrick Mahomes play?
If I watch football and I'm talking to you and clearly you don't watch football and I say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league and you go, yeah, I don't know, then
would that be valid?
Wouldn't you take the benefit, when you give the benefit of the doubt to the person who knows more about it I'm just saying.
No, I would go and watch so I can make my decision.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I mean, that's normally how research.
Oh, Chus, I don't mind it. I don't care about disagreeing. I mean, Morgan has said crazier stuff. So
there's nothing crazy about that sentence.
I wouldn't put
that's very crazy.
There's nothing crazy about that sentence at all.
Very crazy.
It makes perfect sense.
Like I said,
and I'm sorry
it happened 2 days ago, so it must be the greatest.
Correct. Absolutely. You're right.
That's how you operate, bro.
That is absolutely hilarious. Everybody's laughing. We're all paying attention.
We were laughing. We were absolutely.
You're right. Everybody's laughing right now.
Who said is Dak Prescott?
Man,
I would need you to.
Let's do the list.
Sean, you tripping today. Man of Steel and Dak Prescott. Oof, it's not a good week for you.
Because one of mine on the list, I'm putting on there, and it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Because technically,
just finish your list.
Technically, I'm right. So I can't wait to say it. To be honest with you,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you just finished your list, so go ahead.
I'll go first for sure. Hold on.
He's gonna have Ant-Man on there.
Why would Ant-Man be on there?
I don't know.
Get that man the button.
Well, one of y'all go so I can order mine.
You had more time than both of us.
I'll go. I'll go. So I can go ahead and get this foolishness out of the way.
Go ahead and say that Zootopia. Go ahead and say that
Zootopia. I did consider Zootopia, but there was a movie that knocked it out of the top 5 for me. All right, so top 5 dirty cop movies. Okay, number 5. I just realized I got 3 Denzel movies in my top 5. Top 5, Two Guns. Denzel and your boy from Deadpool, Ryan.
No, Mark Wahlberg, bro.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg, yeah. Him and Mark Wahlberg. Number 4 is Denzel and Ryan Reynolds. Safe House. That one was a dope one. I just recently watched that. That was
a dirty cop movie.
Yeah, the whole precinct was dirty. He was Denzel was on the run, protecting the information, and they thought he was the dirty cop, but the actual dirty cop was the leader of the task force.
Two Guns was a dirty cop movie.
Yeah, the whole thing was they were cops.
It's been so long since I watched it. My bad. Go ahead. I haven't watched it in a long time, man. It's been a long time. I barely remember that movie.
It was the one that was based off a comic book.
I know that. I know what the movie is. I've seen it.
Number 3, and I'm not sure if this one counts because I don't remember if he was actually dirty or not. But I feel like it should go. Lakeview Terrace. Have y'all seen that?
Yep. That's a good one. Lakeview
Terrace. Yeah. That was a solid movie, and I haven't seen it in a minute. I just feel like he was a dirty cop, but
No,
it might not have
he
been.
wasn't. He wasn't
was a
dirty,
dirty
but
cop.
he was dirty. He was dirty.
Yes, he was.
Not well. I mean, when I think of like dirty cop, I mean like illegal stuff. But he would do like illegal stuff.
Beating. Yeah, he definitely beating on people.
He was
at the end.
He was harassing the crap out of his neighbors.
Yeah, that's what.
But he was doing it in a legal way, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
and yeah.
He was bitter, not
he was bitter. He was bitter.
All right.
Number two, and this is a recent one, but Chadwick Boseman in 21 Bridges. That was a great movie. I've watched it probably 10 times since it came out. I really liked it a lot.
That's two.
All right.
Yeah, and number one is the one and only Training Day, of course.
You GD right. All right.
Wow.
All right, I'll go now. Let me type in Training Day. I'm keeping this one. I know, but I already had it. I'd already started typing. I'm keeping this one on here. I'll change it if I have to. Y'all just let me know if it's out of bounds. Okay. All right. So my number 5, Lakeview Terrace. Samuel L. Jackson pissed me off so badly in that movie. I would have legitimately been trying to consider doing something terrible to get me away from this guy, because he was doing everything he could to like not just torment them, but make sure they had to stay there to take the torment. And that's just wrong. It really pissed me off watching that movie. Number 4, the controversial one, The Batman. All the cops were dirty. The whole movie was about the cops being dirty and the Batman investigating it. That's why the Riddler was doing everything he was doing to them. So that's my number 1.
Was the cops dirty, or was it?
Yes, all of the cops were dirty, and they were in on it with Penguin. You know, like the whole time the Riddler
I thought that was dirty. Like the politicians.
They were all dirty. And the whole time the Riddler was doing the stuff that he was doing was because it was not just the higher ups knew they were dirty, and the cops were keeping them clean up top. Number 3, American Gangster. I don't know how that didn't end up on Danny's list, but that's unfortunate. American Gangster's got to be in there. Number two, The Departed. Come on, man. I mean, that movie.
I didn't really like The Departed. I didn't really like that movie.
The twists in that movie were freaking great. The end was freaking great. It's long, but all of his movies are long. But it was still a good movie. The Departed is definitely up there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Sean. I was thinking the same thing. I would have done The Dark Knight. Dark Knight was better.
The Dark Knight was
Dirty Cop Batman.
All of Batman's.
Remember, all the Dirty Cops was the ones that Two-Face was after.
Yeah, they was after the Dirty Cops in.
Remember
The Dark Knight.
I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about the Batman only because that
it came out more recently.
Because it just came out.
No, because that was the theme of that movie. No, that was the theme of that movie. Number 1, the obvious, Training Day. Obviously.
That was too perfect. I'm sorry. My bad. That was good timing. All right.
999. What is that? 999.
I heard of it. I just ain't seen it. Okay, so I got some movies on here that y'all might not have seen. That's cool. Number 5,
Bright.
Nigga. No, Snake Eyes.
You know,
I don't know if you ever seen it with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, like to me, that was like, because he not only it was a crooked cop movie, but him trying to be heroic, but he was crooked. It was messing him up because everybody knew he was on the take. So I love Snake Eyes. That was one of my favorite crooked cop movies. Number 4, Copland, with Sylvester Stallone, and I believe Ray Liotta was in it. Like literally every cop in the movie, but Sylvester Stallone was crooked. Number 3, Narc. I love that movie, man. That was one of my favorite. It was grimy. That was a grimy movie, man. That movie made me feel dirty. Number 2, Training Day. Just rewatched that recently too. That was a good movie. And then number 1, man, The Departed, dude. Like, I was just a great movie, man. That was a great movie. I don't know how you don't like that movie, Danny. Like, I worry about you.
I feel like I watched it once and I was like, I don't need to ever see that again.
Bro, I watch that movie all the time. Every time it come on TV.
The Departed is a great movie, and the twist at the end are freaking phenomenal.
I need to rewatch it because I honestly don't even remember it being that good. And I saw it. I did, like, when I did my little research, I saw it pop up. So
what?
Whoa!
Danny did research. He cheated. Oh my God! It didn't come straight out of your memory, so it's obviously not real.
No,
my list was
have we finally?
This is insane. I don't know what to think about this.
No, y'all said that.
Hey man, we got to end the show. We got to end the show. No,
y'all said it's not against the rules. So,
listen,
I'm astonished.
I thought it was against the rules. I didn't know. Like Morgan just found out that you don't have to have 6 panels on a page. I just found out that you
what?
I definitely did. That is a fact.
Time out. Run that back.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
Time out. Yeah. Forget the movies just for 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? You thought that you could only have 6 panels on a page?
Man, listen. When
I'm asking.
Yes. Yeah.
When we first started making comics, Morgan said, how many panels should I have on a page? And I was like, no more. I thought I said no more than 6, but the number 6 stuck in his head. So he was like, oh, I'm putting 6 panels. I'm using 6 panels every time.
Yeah.
And dude, I got to go back and look at your books now. Oh my gosh. I got to count.
Yeah. I'm telling you before you get there. I
thought you were saying you talking about Chief.
Did your mind get blown?
Chief in the, at the job. Is that who you talking about? He said his old boss was a consultant for The Departed. He was the investigator on that real case.
What real case?
That's dope. Just
the movie was made at I think that crap was based
I never saw Brooklyn's Finest.
I did not know that. I'm gonna have to bring that up next time I next time I see your homie.
I almost put Unlawful Entry. I don't know if you guys remember that movie.
Nah,
with it's an old movie. It's got Ray Liotta in it. It's this like couple who call this cop when something bad. I think like somebody breaks into their house or something, and like basically the cop falls in love with the wife. And so he starts harassing the hell out of them. Dude shows up in the middle of them having sex with the snipe with the laser.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh man.
Y'all didn't put your boy Kevin Hart's movie on there, Ride Along with Ice Cube.
Man, if you don't shut up.
I mean, you didn't put Zootopia on, so
I considered it though. Zootopia was a good movie.
I know, we know.
I'm proud of that.
It would be in my top 10. I'm still considering whether Zootopia is not a top 5.
Right. Yep. Kurt Russell.
I'm sure you are.
Danny, you stupid, man.
Danny, that was hilarious.
16 blocks. That's a good one, though. 16 blocks is a good one. That's a good one.
16 blocks is a real good one. That was a good one.
I could have did Internal Affairs.
Did he die? Did Bruce Willis die?
Mm-hmm.
I saw something.
No. Oh, you mean in real life? No, he's got a degenerative disease. Is it dementia? I thought it was called something else.
No, it's a form of dementia.
I saw something on Twitter that said that he had passed, but the people replying under it were saying that it wasn't true. But they were saying that he had some kind of his condition had gotten worse. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a more sure diagnosis for his condition. It's a form of dementia.
I haven't seen Bad Lieutenant either. I was gonna put Black and Blue. That was a good one.
I actually like that. Me and Tiana went and saw that in the theaters. The one with Tyrese.
I wouldn't see it in the theaters.
The one Tyrese, it was good.
Dark Blue was a good one.
Black film, and it was pretty decent.
L.A. Confidential. I could have put that. Serpico.
I ain't seen
Gang related with Tupac.
It's bad that like there's a whole genre of movie dedicated to corrupt cops. Like that's terrible.
A lot of corrupt cops.
No, let's not get on that.
I mean,
I
want to keep talking about it because it don't happen.
The poll is up, y'all, so y'all can vote in the group page on Top 5 Lives group page for those who aren't already following. The poll is up there.
Watch this Triple Nine movie. The trailer looks really good.
What about the John with Lawrence Fishburne cops?
Oh! What's the name of that?
Oh yeah, that was good. I remember
that. Was a good one too. I can't remember the name of it though. The Negotiator. That's a good man. I forgot about that one.
Were they crooked in The Negotiator?
Yeah, I don't remember they were crooked.
Absolutely. They set him up.
Oh man, yeah, that would have been a real good one.
That's why he brought Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, he called it. Yeah. You're right.
He called him in.
Oh yeah, you're right. Dang.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a good one, Just The Negotiator.
I forgot about that one, dude. I really did. I didn't even think about that.
I would definitely put that in my
Negotiator. Definitely would have been in there. I would have put that over Lakeview Terrace. I didn't think about it.
Negotiator is definitely a top 5. And I don't have to consider it. It's definitely a top 5.
Yeah, that's the top 5. I would switch. I would switch out my 5. I would switch out Snake Eyes. Actually, no, I really like Snake Eyes.
I definitely would have put. I would have put Negotiator over Lakeview Terrace.
They tried to kill me.
Was somebody crooked in Bone Collector?
No, it was.
No, that was.
We spoiling all kinds of movies today. It was
the
CS. It wasn't a CSI dude. It was his doctor.
Oh yeah, his doctor. Yeah, it was his doctor. Yeah, he was in there fixing the machine.
Yeah.
Ja
Rule was in that Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, so we had the doc points for that.
Terrible.
We should have all had Training Day and The Departed as number 1 and 2, though. Like I said, that I didn't say the movies. But
Danny don't like Departed.
That's insane to me.
Maybe I might just need to go back and watch it. It didn't hit me like that.
I mean, it wasn't an animated film. That's why Danny didn't like it. Like
I don't have no animated films this time.
Maybe something to it.
You wanted to though.
We still got
Assault on Precinct 13. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that joint was good. I liked it. It's the top 5.
I haven't seen it in a long time though.
It would be top 5. I mean, Lakeview Terrace is on my list because he pissed me off so much. I was pissed about that crap because he acted exactly like some jerk neck cop that, man. Yeah, you're right, Jess. He didn't read it. He didn't read the movie.
I would though if it was possible.
We gotta figure out what we doing for the next one.
With the type of trash y'all talking, we should do the dunk things. We still got to come back to the Romantic Places joint too, but we got to have a
Dirty Harry.
I gotta.
I haven't seen Dirty Harry.
Danny's got Safe House on his list. James, go to the group page. Go to the group page. I put the poll up with all of our picks up there, so you can vote on who had the best.
What was the other thing we were supposed to talk about? We talked movie grades. We was talking, but we kind of went into that.
I saw y'all doing that crap, and I said, man, I'm not going through all them freaking movies to do that. I saw everybody posting. I said, man, y'all can have that.
Man, I was up early that day.
I'm not saying get off and do it, James. I'm just saying open another tab up and do it. But yeah, no, I especially somebody had like 30, 40 movies on there, bro. I said, man, I'm not freaking doing that. Y'all remember Edison?
I did all of non-MCU and DCU movies. So I was up at like 7:30, 8 in the morning. I ain't have nothing to do. I saw somebody do it on Twitter, and so I was like, all right, let me do that. And then people kept asking me to do the DC movies now. Then do da. So I was like, all right, I got time.
There was no way. I let y'all have that. Y'all can run wild with that one. I was not about to do all them freaking movies. I wasn't about to do all the MCU movies. Because number one, I would have had to think back through all of those movies, and I hate trying to rate something that I have not recently looked at. Like if I have not recently looked at it, I don't want to go strictly off my memory. I want to be if I have the option to go back and watch it before I say something, that's what I'm gonna do. So
we already did.
Since you were up, you should have watched Man of Steel. Why would I do that?
I am gonna do that. I am gonna go back to watch Man of Steel. I am gonna go back to watch Man of Steel, but I think Tyler's.
I'm not a masochist.
Huh?
It's not a good movie. I'm not a masochist. It's not a good movie. Why would I keep watching something?
We did top 5 disaster films, right? We should do war films. Top 5 war films.
That's right. We haven't done that. That's a good one.
Have we done war?
We ain't done war films.
That's a good one. We did westerns. We did horror.
I don't think I was here for the westerns.
We did apocalyptic movies.
Did we?
Let them vote on it. Shoot.
Did we do thrillers?
Yes.
No.
We done some level of thrillers.
We did horror. I don't think we did thrillers.
We didn't do thrillers. We definitely did horror though. We didn't. I don't think we did thrillers. We haven't done. Have we done a movie? I mean, a music show yet in a while?
I can't remember.
It's been a little bit for the movies. I mean, for the music. What we could do war movies next week if that's what everybody's feeling.
We did rom-coms already.
We did rom-coms. We did
literally had an argument about what this was a rom-com.
Yeah. We did go.
We did sports movies already.
I'll put the playlist link up there so y'all can see.
Yeah, I don't watch enough musicals, man.
Me either.
I mean, we could do it, but I have
Little Shop of Horror got to be in your top 5 musicals. So.
I don't even remember. I honestly,
it don't have to.
I ain't remember it being a musical.
No, it does. It's got to be.
I ain't even remember it being a musical. It's been so long. Story Raps. That's a good one, though. I'll have to go back. I can't remember that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Bro, what?
Story Raps.
Hold on, I'm gonna put the playlist link in there so everybody can see.
We haven't done war films. We haven't done. Have we done? No, we did biographies. That's how we got the stupid Mike Tyson thing.
That was not biographies. We were doing Will Smith versus Denzel versus Jamie Foxx. That episode.
Why can I not share the whole playlist?
So we haven't done top 5 like biographical movies.
I don't think so. We did something around it though, because we ended up talking about that.
But I think that's what that
we definitely haven't done top 5 docs. We haven't done top 5 docs. That's one I got to make sure we put down to
documentaries. Oh man,
yeah.
Martin episodes. Can I do a top 5 Martin episodes?
There's too many. That's too.
I'd have to think hard about that, man.
Yeah, there ain't no way, bro. Because we just be going by, the one where he did this. You know what I'm saying? Versus them having like names.
It's on whatchamacallit. So we could just scroll through and see the name of the episode.
I don't know why it's not letting me. I'll do this.
And we never. I hate that we can't do sports shows. People don't seem to watch it.
I mean, I definitely want to do more, but I just know our audience has been finicky in the past with it. I put the link in there that takes you straight to our playlist, so y'all can look on there and see what we've already done.
I blame Danny
because we love y'all's suggestions.
Danny's hot takes, man. Your hot takes be
we love y'all suggestions, so you know what I'm saying, like and I make sure to put them in my phone so we can talk about it and figure them out.
Who said that? Who's Facebook user, man? I remember that, man. I remember that by that wait, was it that one?
They got
that's the American, what is it? The Jacksons, an American something.
That wasn't the one with Boys and Men in it, was it?
I don't know.
The
one I remember is the one with was it Angela Bassett?
Top 5 NBA teams. Y'all know what my number one gonna be. Y'all know what my number one gonna
If
be.
you say the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers, I'll smack you.
No.
Oh, thank God.
We had this conversation.
I don't.
Oh no, you said the Bulls. We did top 5 breakup songs.
All right, so I'm putting down some of what y'all saying, so I make sure I have it in my notes. We can come back to it.
We absolutely the American Dream. That's what it was. That's the one where old boy who did the song for The Lion King was Michael as a kid. Yep, Angela was. Yep. I remember. I don't remember who played Joe though. I don't know why I can't remember who played Joe Jackson.
Top 5 military movies. What are we defining as a military movie though? Top 5 war movies.
I say war movie. We'll go war movies now.
War movies is better.
And then if we come up with something better, we'll
no, I'm just putting
Boyz II Men was in it.
I'm just putting down what they're putting in the list that are
I know, but don't do military, just do war.
Yeah, war movies.
Yeah, because military movies is like super broad. I mean, you could put like what's the movie with Tom Cruise?
War movies has to be like the whole. And if we do war movies, the whole movie has to be about war. Like, we can't include Forrest Gump because there was a war in it. Like, it has to be a movie about the war.
Yeah,
you know it'd be like Saving Private Ryan.
I think we did top 5 rappers.
We definitely we've done at least like an era of that.
I think we did in the past 30 years.
Top 5 story raps.
I don't know what that means.
That's a cool one though.
It's top 5 story raps.
Yeah, like when the dude is rapping and he's telling the story. Like Big and
hey, boy, that's top 5 story raps.
Top 5 bootleg cereals. Is that Kevin Chapman?
Bootleg cereals, s'mores. The s'more cereal is number 1.
How's that bootleg?
We've done top 5 sports movies.
It's the multi-meal s'mores cereal.
Top 5 fast food restaurants. Did we even do that one? I don't think
we did fast food restaurants.
Was I on that show? Why don't I remember?
Top 5 Korean horror movies.
Top 5 bootleg cereals.
Train to Busan. Train to Busan. Anyways, I gotta get out of here.
Train to Busan was fire. Next week. Y'all make sure y'all.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, if you are in the Connecticut area, come see me. Top 5 worst BET movies.
Lord Jesus.
Top 5 people Javon got mad at. There's only
oh, buddy.
There's only 2.
Buddy. There's only 2 people. Long list.
That is not a long list. There's only 2 people who's ever made me mad. Y'all need to stop.
Ever? That's insane.
On the show?
I was about to say, God, dog, boy, you freaking.
Even this dude didn't make me mad on the show. Smothers. Smothers didn't make me mad on the show.
Yeah, he did.
I wasn't mad at him on the show.
Yeah,
we ended that show smiling at each other. What you talking about?
Man, the one we were debating the freaking.
I wasn't mad at him. I told you that. We literally ended this show smiling. Mm-hmm. Go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and watch it.
No. I did. I was watching. I forgot what episode I was watching. What episode I say I was watching that I was laughing at or smiling at the other day. God dang it.
That's a good one. Top 5 biggest flops. That's a good one. I can think of 3 right off the dome.
Top 5. I put that in. But wait. But top 5 biggest what
movie
flops?
I'm assuming he means movie flops.
All right. I'll put that in.
You gotta keep it to like how many options you got?
No, I'm just putting them. I'm putting them in my notes.
Oh yeah, just boil it down like 5 this week and then 5 next week or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just putting them in my list for ideas. Because I keep a list in there. Y'all make sure y'all vote on the poll too.
Wait,
I'm definitely about
come
to
see me at Mohegan Sun. Mohegan Sun this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'll be at the East Coast Collectibles Convention. The start of that Heat #2 tour. House Party reboot. Thanks, LeBron. I refuse to watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I think we did movie sequels. I feel like we did.
I think we did. But I have to look back at the playlist. I think we did though.
We need like a Google spreadsheet, man, that we can share between us. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the playlist pretty much is that. Once we go down there, we just scroll it and see which ones.
Put that link in the chat.
Hold on.
So I can see, because I just go by the one I got on my website.
Hold on. For playlist. Here you go.
All right, I gotta get off. Y'all have a great evening.
Man, we appreciate y'all. Please keep telling people about us, man, so we can continue to grow. Hopefully get this monetized this year. We'll keep cutting up stuff. I'm sure Danny's going to try to find some way to splice up some nonsense I didn't actually say to promote the show. The show, when I went on Foretales, that one's doing well, apparently, because I threatened someone with a gun. I didn't threaten anyone, though, to be honest with you. I had my gun and I was scratching
I'm going to get off because I don't want you to get struck by lightning.
I was scratching my head. But we appreciate y'all, as always.
Pointed the gun at the screen.
Don't do that. Don't act like
you
that.
Pointed the gun at the screen.
I didn't. I was
you sure enough did.
I was scratching my head and I was saying that's a really good point. I was saying it's a good point.
Is that not pointing the gun at the screen?
I was pointing my finger and my gun happened to be in my hand.
Then you're pointing the gun.
I was pointing my hand and my gun seemed to look like it was pointing as well. It is, James. You know, I keep telling them I'm from the bull, boy. They don't be listening to me, man. They don't listen.
If Durham stuff is threatening to shoot people on the computer,
I didn't threaten to shoot anybody. Y'all watch the episode. I didn't threaten nobody. I didn't threaten to shoot anybody.
That's some interesting. I got some weird stuff in Durham.
We do.
Y'all threaten to shoot people through the internet. I
didn't threaten to shoot anybody through the internet. See, you be making stuff up, bro. Just like the dunk contest thing. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Make sure y'all go vote on the poll. If you haven't already subscribed to the show, please go do that now. Make sure you hit Javon's website up for
visuallystoked.com.
Yeah, make sure you hit that joint up. If you don't already have heat, why? Lumberjacks will be shipping soon. Just waiting. Me and Danny got to work on finishing those letters for Harlem, for the Harlem's preview. Appreciate you, James. I appreciate that, man. Y'all make sure y'all help us spread the word, man. Once we get the win in the sales of people seeing what we doing, it's gonna take off. You know what I'm saying? So we just need y'all's help to get it out there. We love y'all, man. We'll see y'all next week, Tuesday, 8:00. Peace out till then.